So in addition to needing a new engine in the old silver Dodge here, it's also needing some new tires. And luckily Nate was looking on Facebook Marketplace and sent me over a really good deal for the exact size tires I needed. So I went to go pick them up and we'll load them in the truck. I turned it into not such a good deal. So now we gotta get this all vacuumed out and cleaned up, which I'm sure I will never get all of this vacuumed out, but we're gonna get as much as we can, and then we're gonna load this truck up on the rollback and haul it into Prineville to a guy who does glass work and is gonna put a whole new back window in this thing. And yeah, and new tires and a new back window. All kinds of upgrades for the silver truck. It's gassing me out over here. Poor thing. In the morning it's steam like this. Once it warms up, that'll all be oil smoke instead because it burns oil bad. So, all right, I'm gonna get to vacuuming. But first, I'm gonna start with the rollback, get it warming up. The other day it was covered in a bunch of snow, so I just tilted the deck up so that once the sun came out, it'd melt the snow and it'd run right off, but then it snowed a little more this morning. So either way, let's get this truck fired up. It's been a long time since we've done anything with this truck. It is still for sale, by the way. I got it listed on Marketplace because it's a great truck, but I never use it, so all it does is sit here. So yeah, that's for sale if you're looking. All right, let's get this rolled back and set down. I vacuumed out the truck. I didn't do like a super good job, like under all the seats and everything, because as the rest of that glass frame comes out, just some more of that little stuff's gonna fall in there. So we'll give it the super good vacuum cleaning after it's done. I just got the bulk of it out. And also we got a bunch of materials here. We're getting some new siding and paint on our house. See, our house here is just a little box. It's a very, very small house, a little modular home. We added this porch to it a few years ago. That made a huge difference. And then now we're gonna put new siding on it, because this is original old siding, and then repaint it, kind of give it a facelift and freshen it up some. A new, much bigger, fancier, nice house would be super cool. And also we had like room inside, you know, but it's not quite in the budget at the moment. So a good facelift on this one, a good freshening up, and that'd be good. Actually, I kind of wish we had pictures of this property when we bought it. The reason we were able to afford it is because it was like a hoarder junkyard here. I got a lot of stuff here, okay, but this is nothing compared to what used to be here, and at least most of the stuff I have is somewhat functional and not just piles of garbage. So I've hauled so many loads to the dump, so much scrap metal and junk out of here, and wood and brush, and there was no lawn here. There was that lawn over there, but there was no lawn here. There was no porch. It was like a gravel walkway right up some stairs right into the house. There was two big trees right here and here, made it impossible to get a truck in this driveway and turn around. None of this was gravelled, nothing. Obviously my trailers and stuff weren't there. Our carport here had no concrete in there. It was actually kind of like a half hay barn, half horse stall. There was those rubber floor stall mats, and then a bunch of straw and horse shit and a bunch of stuff in there, and mud basically had to clean all out. This grass was here. There was a big tree right here that was like pushing up under all that stuff. I didn't like. I took that out. And there's another big tree like right here. And then this was like, they tried to dig a pond, and they made this whole rock retaining wall out of lava rock, and then backfilled it with sand, and then we're amazed that the pond didn't hold water. So we filled that in so that we could continue our yard like into that space. Where the pool is here was a hog pen, just a nasty muddy mess hog pen, all dug out in holes, in a rickety ass old like doghouse type shed, and like pallets and scrap wire for fencing. It was bad. Obviously none of the beach was here. This wasn't here. No concrete, obviously. We did all this. The structure, RV structure we just did. This was all just junk and crap off of that hog pen that was right here. Like, why would you put the hog pen right next to your house? They were weird. That porch was kind of like the structure of the porch was there, but there were no handrails. I think this set of stairs was here, and on the other side there was a temporary set. So we had all that finished out. And then this is a porch we would like to upgrade and have something nice off this side, so that it'd be a nice walkway out of the house and right into where my wife parks her Jeep under there, you know, when it's cold and snowing and stuff like that. But yeah, time for a little bit of a facelift on the house here. I will say though, that porch made a massive difference, especially when it snows and stuff like that. You can like kick your boots off and stuff right here, and you're not walking, opening the door and snow's coming in, and then you're walking right in and take all your stuff inside. Because we had no like mud room like that. That's literally right into the living room, and then all your snowy wet stuff, you're in the living room. But yeah, this was a huge improvement. We did the whole lawn out here. We laid all the sod, me and my wife. We had this concrete poured, that concreted. Me and David did the beach project a couple summers ago. And then now it looks like for now our house is going to be like a tan color for a little bit. Yeah, because here's the siding. Yeah, so we're going to have a tan house for a little bit, but it's going to get painted. I think doing like the white farmhouse look is what my wife wants to do. But get the siding on now, and then once the weather warms up and gets better for paint, then it'll get painted. So we'll go from blue to tan to most likely white. And the porch will say how it is. Let's get this thing tied down, and I think most of my chains and binders are over on the deck over tilt trailer, the new one, because that's what I've been using to haul stuff that would normally go in the rollback. I'm driving the rollback today just because I kind of want to drive the rollback because it's been so long. But yeah, you here. And then, oh, that's a super long chain. We don't want that. Hopefully this is a long enough chain. Yeah, that'll work. Then most of my binders are on that trailer too, but we got enough. Okay. It's funny, speaking of like the house thing, it's actually a conversation I was having with another YouTuber friend of mine. And then coincidentally enough, this morning in the comments of one of the videos I posted, or the video I posted today, someone kind of mentioned the same thing of it was a video about like trying to figure out what to do for like a good all-around off-road recovery rig, and fixing this truck up was kind of one of the thoughts. And there's a lot of suggestions in there that are very expensive, and I'm not going to do that. Let's see, which way are we going here? Since I mentioned a power wagon, I said an older power wagon, and I meant like with like a $20,000 budget older power wagon. But a lot of people took that to mean like, well, if you need a power wagon, go get one of the AEV Prospectors. It's way better. Yeah, it is. But hand me 150 grand and I'll go get one of those. They are expensive. And actually, that's not true at all. If you handed me 150 grand, I would not go get one of those. I would pay off this truck and then not sell it, and then use the rest to pay off the beast, and then be done there, because these are two vehicles that will make me money aside from YouTube and long after YouTube. That's actually where I was going with the whole house thing that I just said about the comment and the video and stuff is, I said, I was talking to a YouTuber buddy of mine as well, that there's a lot of YouTubers who start to do good on YouTube and make good money, and they go out and use that big income they got to qualify for a mortgage on a big fancy nice house. And trust me, I would love a big fancy nice house with a big old shop that I could park my trucks in and work on stuff inside instead of out in the snow and the gravel like I do now. And my wife would really like a big fancy nice house for herself, and also like me not to have all my stuff in the gravel in the front yard and have like a shop over there for it to be in. But big tire, it's in the way. What the heck is going on? There we go. But yeah, I'm not gonna go get a 30-year mortgage based on an income that I'm only gonna have for like 5. Because YouTube is not a long-term investment. YouTube is a temporary thing, and the money it makes is cool for a little while. But just like TV shows and all of that stuff, eventually it runs its course, its popularity dies, and away it goes. And that will happen with this channel sometime in the not too distant future, because that's just how it works. So I want to base my decisions on what I spend money on and what big expenses we make on what I can afford through my normal business, trucks and heavy haul and towing and stuff like that, without YouTube. So I am trying to keep it where, with my expenses and the equipment I have, if YouTube went away, and the house we have, if YouTube went away tomorrow, I could just get in the truck and go to work and we would be fine. That is why I don't just go buy some super expensive fancy off-road truck or some crazy 6x6 that I have absolutely no use for aside from YouTube. And for an off-road recovery rig, you think, well, yeah, but then you'd have a cool off-road recovery rig you can keep using afterwards. No, there is zero money in off-road recovery in this area once YouTube is out of the picture. YouTube is the only reason off-road recovery makes any sense to do at all. Well, in the winter, there's a lot of people stuck in the snow. In the summertime, it's completely dead. 444, yeah, we're all tied down. Okay, in the summertime, it is completely dead. There is no off-road recovery. It doesn't happen. Where is my little selfie stick for you? See, I got this little neck thing. That's what you're on most of the time, but I got a little handle stick too. Come on. There we go. Yeah, there's no such thing as off-road recovery in this area in the winter because we don't have any off-road parks around here. It's just people stuck on snowy roads in the, wait. Did I say there's no off-road recovery in the winter or the summer? Because there's not any in the summer. In the winter, it's just people stuck on snowy roads. And then in Oregon, we have a pile of off-road recovery Facebook groups, which is cool. It's people who want to go help out. People get stuck for free. Just off-roaders and stuff like that. People post on there where they're stuck. People go out and get them, no charge. And that's cool. I fully support that. Even though most of those pages have banned me and blocked me from their pages because they say I'm stealing their recoveries. But whatever. I'm all for that, but it also means there is no money in it because people can just get it done for free by posting on Facebook. And that's cool, but that just means it's not a business to invest in as a business aside from a YouTube thing that works there. So that's why I'm not like going crazy on some crazy built up off-road wrecker or buying an AEV prospector, which would be cool, but yeah, not doing that when that's not where the long-term money actually is as far as income. The heavy work and low bed stuff that I do, that's a long-term thing, and that's also kind of why you haven't seen very much of that on here. Like you've seen, I don't think, no, not a single load I've done with the big trailers you haven't seen on here. And that is kind of by design or for a reason, because YouTube has completely killed my towing business. Cascade Heavy Rescue, as far as a towing business, YouTube, if you want a long-term successful towing business, do not put it on YouTube. You gotta think, especially like the heavy side, especially. I've never wanted anything to do with light duty towing, never have, just I had to in the beginning when I lost my stuff to a fire, and that was kind of my only thing I could afford to do. But heavy side especially, all your customers pretty much are going to be businesses. Businesses do not want to be blasted all over YouTube in front of hundreds of thousands to millions of people when they're having a really bad day. So if you're going to be YouTubing what you do, they're not going to want to call you. Now at first, when the YouTube channel was smaller, no big deal. No one thought about it. Oh, like 7 people are going to see it, big deal. But now it's like, no, a minimum of 100,000 up to maybe a couple million are going to see it. People are not so cool with that anymore, and that's become a problem. It's even become a problem some for the off-road recovery. There's a lot of people, the channel's gotten so big, they don't want to be put out in front of that many people watching them when they made a mistake or screwed up or got themselves in a bad situation. But that is very, very true for the heavy side of things and commercial customers. So then you say, well, why don't you just go do that stuff and not film it? That'd be fine. Well, it's because I am only one person who only has so much time. And if I were to go work this and not film what I do, that means I'm not filming YouTube videos, which keeps YouTube going. And I don't have the videos to keep the schedule up on YouTube, and then it starts falling back out of the algorithm. You got to be really careful about that. So I don't have the time to go run this, really, if I'm not filming something out of it to get a video out of it, because like we're in the middle of nowhere around here. So normally, like, there's a lot of heavy tow companies go do 5, 6, 7 calls a day with each heavy wrecker. I'm going to do one, because that one is going to take me all day, which means there's a whole day I wasn't able to do anything with YouTube. And aside from filming the videos, there's all the time into editing, posting, managing content, dealing with brands and all that stuff that take a whole lot of time as well. So I do some stuff with this that I don't film, but I can't like go full time with that on stuff that I don't film, because I wouldn't have a YouTube channel anymore. Oh, I'm actually gonna walk back over here to show you my big screw up that I did. Look at this. I crunched my sheave head there. I hit the wrong button on my remote and that went out, and it went like that and crunched it up. Luckily it didn't hurt the rope, and the rope's not pinched in there, so it still works just good. I gotta take that all off of there and straighten it out and then repaint it. But yeah, I wasn't looking at the remote, pushed the wrong button, and I think the boom was out a little bit is why it went straight up into it. But yeah, either way, I screwed up. Oh, next question. Why don't I just hire a driver for that then that can go do that stuff, not YouTube, and I go film YouTube videos? Well, it's because there's not enough full-time work for this for a driver either, even aside from YouTube. That's the whole reason I got this Zacklift that's detachable, so this can be a fifth wheel tractor, is so that I could use this to tow and need it to tow, and it could come out from under there and be a fifth wheel tractor to stay busy when it's not towing. And that detachable Zacklift is the only reason I was able to get back into a heavy wrecker, because a full-on dedicated heavy wrecker I wouldn't have been able to afford to do with the limited amount of heavy truck work in this Central Oregon area. So yeah, if Zacklift wouldn't have come out with that setup, you wouldn't see me with a heavy wrecker. But being able to do both with the one truck is what made that truck purchase make sense, and why I was able to do it and get back into that. So that's very cool, versatile setup. That just, like I said, the only reason I was able to get back into that. But if that truck's sitting so much, why did I buy this one? Because this one can do so much stuff that that truck can't. This one being spec so completely different for the big trailers. That truck, yes, it can technically pull the big trailers, but it's not spec'd for it like this one is. So this one opened up a whole nother basically side of the industry to me for work, and it's been working out really, really well. That's why this truck with these completely different specs. I would like to run that one a lot more and be able to do both, and basically that becomes my dedicated heavy wrecker now that I have this one, because I don't have to pull it apart to pull the trailer, because I just have this one. But yeah, this one spec'd so completely different, opened up a whole nother world of work, And thank God it did, because that has set so much, especially this winter, since it's been just so dead on big truck like recoveries and stuff like that. Casey, is this just gonna be another video of you talking again? Yeah, pretty much. And the reason for that is because whether you think so or not, that is what you guys like. I've deep dove through analytics and all that stuff, and I'm surprised by it as well. But on average, the basically like just vlog videos where it's me just basically doing this, doing stuff in the yard, talking about trucks and equipment and different gear and stuff, those videos almost 100% of the time perform incredibly high with audience engagement and with monetization. For like, I'll have a recovery video that has the same amount of views as a video like this, and that recovery video will make like half. And I put so much more effort and cost and time and equipment and wear and tear and maintenance into doing that recovery video, and it makes like less than half of what a video like this makes. It's crazy to me, and I would not have expected that, and I was very surprised when I started to find that in the analytics. And then I deep dove through like way back, and it's always been like that. I just never caught it, and it surprises me. But yeah, what you guys as a whole, maybe not you individually, but what you guys as a whole audience like the most and are the most engaged in, and audience engagement is one of the watch time, audience engagement is one of the biggest factors in pay rate. I make the most money off of videos like this. So on one hand, it kind of works out that I'm not filming a whole bunch of stuff of the big trailer stuff, yet I'm showing you guys the configurations and how they work and what they do, because those videos actually make more than if I were to be using them. And then I'm not filming the customers and stuff like that I use them for, which pisses them off, which loses me that work. So it kind of actually works out the best as far as my business to do it like this. But there are some jobs that I will be able to film with the big trailers. Quentin's got some stuff. Of course, the weather's no good right now. And I will film that, and you will see it, and you will see those trailers like work and haul stuff and do all that. But the bulk of what they're doing right now, not worth having the same thing happen to that kind of happened with the heavy towing side of things in YouTube. So that's why you don't see that stuff. I wish it was the other way around, but it's not, and that's just kind of the reality world I have to live in. So start this back up. Watch now, it won't start. And let's haul this truck in to get a new window. And just like that, we are unloading the truck again, because now the glass guy is going to come here to do it. He was originally to come here to do it, but then it snowed last night, so he said he needed to go there. And then I was just about to head out the driveway. He called and said it's fine, he'll come do it here. So, also, the contractor showed up to get started on the facelift for the house. It's not so much a facelift as it is like just maintenance to help like protect and maintain it. So, yeah. Off we go. Well, the rollback's back in its parking spot after going for a nice 100-foot long drive. These guys look like they're about to get started. I'll show you the house afterwards, and if they do a super good job, I'll tell you who did it. And if they did an absolutely terrible job and screw us over, I'll tell you who did it. And if they did just like a job, then Okay, on to the next thing. The glass guys got me a nice new window in the back of my truck. And it's got the inset slider, not the big divided one. So I think it actually looks a whole lot better. Yeah, I messed up a while back, but didn't break the window when I did that. So he got that done. These guys are making progress over here. And I made some progress on the beast here. I got my extendable mirrors on. These extend way out so that when you're wide loaded, you could see around the load, and it eliminates the need for pilot cars, depending on the situation. Got my new, hopefully leak-proof fill caps on. Mine leaked really bad when the tanks are full. It would leak out. These are a whole new like thing that go in there and lock in and do all kinds of stuff, and supposedly it doesn't leak anymore. So now I got to clean all that off really good and get that looking back right, and then hopefully that stops leaking. The other thing I did, I got my mud flap hanger all fixed up and the new one put back on here after I ripped it off the other day while we're loading up Troy's truck. out there in the desert, and I backed over it and broke it off. So that's fixed. New wide load mirrors, extendables, fuel cap. What else did I do today? I did other stuff, but I can't remember what it was. We'll see. Anyway, if you're in the Bend, Redmond, Prineville area, Jim with the glass guys came out, took care of it, got it done, quick and easy. Highly recommend. Now I'm sitting in my Zacklift truck because I just haven't got to do that much lately. Yeah, these videos, I want to clarify because I know a lot of people I see in the comments of these videos take it as when I'm running through all the scenarios and the pros and cons of stuff and why things work and why stuff doesn't. People take it as complaining. It's not complaining. It's just me running through all the scenarios in my head and trying to make this all the most efficient business I can. And I'm just saying it out loud and to you guys instead of to myself in the corner privately. Every business owner does this all day long, or should be, and especially every business owner with a YouTube channel, of weighing out YouTube versus real business. And YouTube brings in a good income that can replace a lot of the real business income, but how much of that is worth what you'll lose in the real business income? And if someone's not running through all these scenarios constantly and the pros and cons of each, they should be. And I would highly caution any business owner with a YouTube channel or is looking at starting a YouTube channel to really, really think about and be strategic about what that YouTube channel will do to your business and how it will affect it. Because it has a big effect, and there are some very, very positive sides to that, and there's also can be some very big negatives depending on the type of your business you're in and how it all works out. So definitely be very, very mindful of that and strategic, because overall I'm in a really good place with the business, and a lot of it is because of YouTube. But the good place now is a lot of what's not on YouTube, but YouTube helped to get there much quicker. But YouTube also completely wiped out a major part of my business, but it replaced it with more income in other ways in addition to the YouTube stuff that it took out. Like I said, this is a lot of stuff that like most YouTubers don't ever put out on YouTube, but it is the business side of it, and it's a very important side of it. And I just happen to share my thoughts with you guys along the way, which I know is kind of weird, most people don't do, but I do. So you can take it as complaining if you want, but that's not what it is. It's just my mind turning like crazy trying to just figure everything out. So it'd be really cool if a call came in like right now for this truck, but it's probably not going to happen. On the bright side, I did get to drive this truck today. I mean, granted, it was only like 100 feet over there and back, but still counts. Actually, not tomorrow, the next day, which is going to be a Thursday. I am taking this truck on a trip to Portland and back to go haul a sea container home. It's my sea container. It's part of what, how much can I tell you this? It's part of the heavy haul stuff with the big trailers. The container is basically my tarp and crate that the load goes in. Most of it needs the big trailer for weight, but it goes inside there. The whole side of the container opens up, and then the load can be set in off the side, and the container never gets unchained from the trailer, and then it gets chained down inside the container. And then it closes back up, and it's all sealed, completely weather tight in all directions instead of having to like tarp and all that stuff. Most all of it needs the big trailers for what it's been used for. And right now it's getting some modifications done to it. That's why I gotta go pick it up. Some of them do not need the big trailer and can go on like the little trailer over there. I think now that we're gonna be using the container a lot more rather than like tarp stuff, I'll be able to show you some more of the hauling with the big trailers, since it'd be completely enclosed and sealed up. I probably won't be able to show some of the sites. I know I can't show some of the sites we're going into, maybe some of where we're picking up. I would like to, but again, you know, with the whole being strategic about stuff, and also some customers are an absolute no, especially the sites we go into. So either way, yeah, we will get some rollback driving in. here in a couple days. I could take my pickup with the deck over trailer to haul this container. Actually, it's getting up there on weight now that it has all the tie down stuff inside, but it should still be fine on that trailer. Either way, we're gonna take this just because I really want to drive this and it's been a while. Actually, I could take either of these trailers to haul that container, or I could even take that one. But I think I'm gonna take the rollback, just take the rollback. And some people have asked about this. That's actually two separate projects right there, and I have not had time to mess with either one. This is gonna eventually be a ramp bed that would attach to the white Western Star. Zacklift comes off, and this then attaches to the Zacklift mounts. And then you have a ramp bed to haul stuff right on the back of the truck. I just have not had time. And this dolly is going to be like the flat top dolly for like the towing type stuff. But again, I just haven't had the time to mess with this stuff. So one day. Oh, and fun fact, the Great All bucket's still here. The guys who bought the Great All are incredibly happy with it. They painted up the counterweight, painted the wheels, cleaned it all up, like waxed the whole thing. They got it looking so good. Very happy. They sent me some pictures of it. I am very glad those guys are who that machine went to, because they're the perfect guys to buy that machine. That whole deal worked out really good for all of us, but we still had to get that up to Canada at some point. They're not in a big hurry because it's not a bucket they really need for the type of work they do, but it would just be nice to have, and I don't need it in my yard. Track Jeep's still sitting here bored. One thing that blows me away about the Track Jeep is how many people ask me why I don't carry spare gas for the Track Jeep, and then how many people also ask me why I left a battery charger on the roof. I don't know why I'm getting asked either of those questions, but if you can't figure that out, I can't really help you. Okay, well, I've got a meeting to get to, so I'm going to go to that. Thank you guys for watching this video where not much happened, but a whole lot of stuff got done regardless. We'll see you next time, where we're going to go out and get Troy's truck out of the desert, even though in real life right now that's already happened in the past, but you will see this video before that one, so that this is kind of like the Thursday whatever video, and that video, that major recovery, is like the main Saturday video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you there. So it's gonna have the panels, and it's gonna have like the slats that go up, like, you know, a farmhouse, I think.